I cheated on my husband, I gave him a hall pass. But here's the reason why I did that. It's because I didn't want to take the responsibility of getting rid of all demons that I opened up my marriage to. And usually this is what people do when they cheat. They want their spouse to cheat on them back, so it would give them a reason to feel better in some way. But let me tell you, that's the wrong way to do it. It's the wrong way to go about it, because at the end of the day, you make matters worse.
And even though I knew that option was put forth in front of me, I knew that wasn't the right choice.
Yeah.
That's not the way that we try to rebuild a marriage. If you want to stay in a marriage that's still on a downfall and just ride it out downhill, that's up to you if you want to make that choice. But I was not about to make that same choice if I know I also have another option of getting back in the face of God, praying for my marriage, praying for my wife, and trying to do the things and correct the wrongs that we had that led us into that position.
My guy, I understand that's your wife, and this is a commitment that you made in front of the good Lord. But on this holy Sabbath day, you will not be here telling me that your wife gave out the clappers and you was okay with that. Let's play this video again. Let's break it down. Do me a favor. Let's stay active in the comment section. I would love y'all feedback on this foolishness.
So after I cheated on my husband, I gave him a hall pass. But here's the reason why I did that. It's because I didn't want to take the responsibility of getting rid of all demons that I opened up my marriage to.
So with that being said, right, she gave her husband a hall pass because she cheated. Let's just say he entertained that hall pass option. What would have been the trajectory of their marriage after that? I could almost guarantee you that she would have not been okay with that. That for sure she would have continued to cheat, and it would have still been a problem. This is why I say infidelity should never, ever be accepted in a marriage. And then when a woman does it, you already know. You already know. When that's happening, the facial expressions, everything that goes on with you is happening with her. All the sounds, the moans, the this, that. And you sitting there looking look at his face right now. Look at the way he's looking at her. He is remembering and thinking about it all. That side eye says it all. He could and would never forgive her. Not wholeheartedly. I don't care how much you try to put God in between that foolishness. You ain't forgiving that crap. I'm so sorry. We got Blockchain in the building. My guy, what up? Salute to you. I saw you on the panel last night, man. I was so busy this morning. I got to get back and watch it because that confrontation that it seems like you got into with one of the fellas on that panel, man, that's got to be dope. So I got to go back and watch that. But look at that face. Look at the side eye. You can't forgive cheating. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Look at him.
And usually this is what people do when they cheat. They want their spouse to cheat on them back, so it would give them a reason to feel better in some way. But let me tell you, that's the wrong way to do it. It's the wrong way to go about.
Yo, while she's talking, look at his face. My man says bathing in male tears is good for the skin. Sometimes you got to make these simps cry, man. You got to make them cry. It's Jesus, man. They just be out here saying whatever, doing whatever. You got to put them in their place. So I feel you on that one, my guy. But look at that face. There's no way he's getting over this.
About it, because at the end of the day, you make matters worse.
And even though I knew that option was put forth in front of me, I knew that wasn't the right choice.
Yeah.
That's not the way that we try to rebuild a marriage. If you want to stay in a marriage that's still on a downfall and just ride it out downhill, that's up to you if you want to make that choice. But I was not about to make that same choice if I know I also...
When you see a man that gets cheated on, he looks dead in his eyes. He looks dead. Like, I'm sorry. listen, I don't even try to understand women with this and why women say they could accept a man that cheated on them and they could move forward with it. I do believe biologically there's something different in women that allows them to get over it a lot quicker than men. But when a man gets cheated on, look at his face. There's nothing you can say. As he's talking, you can see his hurt, pain. While she's talking, you can see his hurt, his pain. He's looking at her in the eyes like, girl, if I could throw you across this room, I would. But I know it's not right in the eyes of the Lord. So I'm going to just let you sit here and embarrass me.
But I was not about to make that same choice if I know I also have another option of getting back in the face of God, praying for my marriage, praying for my wife, and trying to do the things and correct the wrongs that we had that led us into that position.
Man, I feel for the brother, man. You know, in our community, we was highly indoctrinated in Christianity, right? And when we think about being Christians, Christians have always been pushed to forgive, turn the other cheek, and allow somebody to kind of slap you in the other side as well. It's almost like be a fool for me. And a lot of us are indoctrinated with be a fool for me, where we would allow our women to cheat and say, you know what, in the guise of marriage, in the guise of the mindset of God, I'm going to let you stay, and I'm going to allow you to still be a major staple in my life. Now, I don't know if this couple has children. I don't know the details of their situation. But what I could say is, when you feel dead inside, when you talk and you can't even really express yourself correctly because of what someone did to you, man or woman, it is time to go. It's time to go. There's no way that I would have took a hall pass. There's no way that I would have even allowed her to stay. There's no reason for none of that. Because no matter what you do, I am never, ever, ever going to forget that. So I get it. And this is why I feel bad. Some people might, we're going to call him a simp. We're going to call him, a sucker. You can call him all of that, and that's all fine, because maybe he might fit in a lot of those categories. But at the same time, he's hurt. He's hurt. And he is following this under the guise of Christianity. That's the only reason why he's staying. That's the only reason why he's staying. Because the Bible told him to stay. He don't want to be with her no more. He don't want to be with that no more. She disrespected him more than he's ever been disrespected in his life, which is the reason why, as she's talking, he can't help but give her
responsibility of getting rid of all demons that I opened up my marriage to. And usually this is what people do when they cheat. They want their spouse to cheat on them back, so it would give them a reason to feel better in some way. But
y'all be wanting the person to cheat on you back if you cheated? Who does that? Like, what is she talking about right now? It seems like she's taking a false sense of accountability. No one wants that. No one wants the person, if you slept with someone, because I don't call it a mistake, right? I don't call cheating a mistake. You don't slip and fall on someone's Johnson and cheat. That's not how that happens. You cheated because you wanted to cheat. You got to know wholeheartedly that that's a decision that you're going to make, and you got to stand on it. And the likelihood is your relationship will never be the same. It'll never be the same. I'm sorry, it won't. So what's the point in putting yourself through torture, turmoil, any longer than it needs to be? Because eventually, in most cases, when a man gets cheated on, he will end up leaving that woman eventually. It might not be right off the rip. Some men might stick it out for like 4, 5, 10 years. They might wait till the children get old enough to move on and get out of college. But immediately as those kids is out the household, the man is either going to do one of the two. He's going to rip and run and hit the streets and start cheating on her, or he's going to end up leaving anyway. So you prolonged it to sit in this miserable marriage. For what? I'm pro-marriage, but I'm anti-foolishness. I'm anti-foolishness. This is what I'm saying. Fellas, what would you do in this situation? Do me a favor. Let's get active in the comments. Make sure as you come in the door, you hit that like button. We are currently on the road to 50,000 subscribers. So do me a favor, share this content. If you are not subscribed, subscribe. Get the word out there. Be a part of the GMT fam. We growing this year. So anyways, let's move on to the next topic. But I would love to know in the comments, what would you do if this was you and your wife was out there cheating? What would you do? As a matter of fact, I'm going to start a poll. Let's start a poll. Let's start a poll. Would you stay if he cheats? Fellas, I'm going to make this for the fellas. All right. The poll is officially in the comments. Do me a favor. Click yes or no. Would you stay if she cheats? Talk to us. So, let's continue with this video.